Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we are reviewing Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Yes, yesterday I actually did upload my revisiting of Godzilla vs Kong. Yeah, really interesting to revisit that and give that another go. And then today now we have Godzilla x Kong. So this is the movie with a team-up. We've probably all seen the trailer where Godzilla and Kong are both running with each other. Godzilla is now pink as well rather than blue because yeah, we get that explained as well in terms of a recharge, but I'm not going to say too much because I don't like doing spoilers. What do I think about this sequel, and does it hit the heights of, well, I say the first one hit the heights. I think the versus one was better, put it that way. 100% million times better. I felt like in the first one, if you watch that review, I did say that there was more emotion in the versus one. In X, there was no emotion. It's like they totally just retconned all of that. You know, all the characters from the versus one, basically apart from like 2, disappeared. In X, we get new additions like Dan Stevens. We also get Alex Ferns, who plays Mikael. And yeah, we totally lose people like Millie Bobby Brown. There's certain characters that disappear, but Rebecca Hall, Kaylee Hottle, and Brian Tyree Henry all come back and reprise their roles, which is good to see. But you know, Alexander Skarsgård just completely retconned and replaced with Dan Stevens, basically, even though the characters are different. So like, where's Alexander Skarsgård in this? Like, I mean, he was vital to finding Hollow Earth in the first one, so why wouldn't his character come back in the next one to, you know, it doesn't make sense to me why these things happen. Like, this is the negative thing in the Monsterverse to me, because characters disappear from movie to movie, like totally, like Tom Hiddleston in Skull Island, like totally gone, hasn't featured in any since. And the same happens here. But I think what Godzilla x Kong does is it actually loses a lot of emotion. It actually does disappear and exacerbate actually all connection to the film. You are watching this, and I heard so many people, like even behind me in the cinema, it was a packed screen by the way on Good Friday, totally packed, and people behind me were just saying, what the heck is this? Like at one point, just like, I think they said, what is the like director taking? Like, what is the person who made this taken kind of vibe? Because it is like that. It is absolutely nuts. It is bonkers. It is just, let's just destroy everything for destroy everything's sake kind of vibes. And this is no exception in terms of, you know, this film. Don't get me wrong, same as the first one, it looked very good. It's going to be an amazing 4K transfer. Of course it's going to be. The first one was, well, I'll say the first one versus was, but this one just lost me. There was no emotion. I didn't care about the characters as much as I did in versus. Like, I was very on Kong's side in versus. The emotional connection between him and the young girl, her name is Gia. That connection was very, very key for me, and I really liked their connection, and it built it up for me. But in X, there was zero of that. None of it at all. There was no connection. They didn't make out Godzilla to be like an enemy, even though they did in versus. I felt like they made Godzilla to be more of an enemy than Kong, because Kong was seen to be more of like on the human side, I guess. Obviously the Gia thing. But in this one, the X aspect, you know, them teaming up, they need to team up. There's this like really strange looking monkey thing that is like wanting to get to the surface, and if that happens, obviously it's not going to be great for civilization or whatnot. And yeah, it just goes down this path of total disregard and everything. But I have to take it, you know, as face value, because this film does look totally amazing. I will probably go as far to say, if I was doing a ranking list of my best looking movies of the year, this would be up there. Like, it looks great, don't get me wrong. It's got a fantastic score, fantastic visuals, you know, everything's good in that sense. But as I say, on the flip side, you do not care. You don't care if any of those characters die. You don't care. Like, you just don't care, because there is zero connection to them. You know, the potential of this franchise would have been massive if they'd had, like, say Tom Hiddleston played all of the characters all the way through, and he had built that bond with Kong throughout all of these films. This would have been a totally different story, because we would have felt that from 3 films ago or whatever. But in this element now, it's just retconned every single time, and it's just bonkers to me. So rating the score, then what am I going to do? I actually gave it a 2-star. I think 2 stars quite fair, because like I said, it did look very good. It was very visually appealing and all that, but flipping on its head, it just doesn't emotionally connect anything about me and life and anything. So there it is. There is my rating and review of Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Let's hope that empire falls and stops, even though we're probably going to get a sequel, because let's face it, these films take a lot of money, and you know, if we're going to get get bad films from time to time that take a lot of money. That actually keeps cinemas open, which basically means we get good films in cinemas that nobody sees, but everyone sees the bad ones. So, you know, swings and roundabouts and all that. But there it is, guys. There's my review of Godzilla X Kong. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Of course, please do let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.